Dear students, now we are moving to the second unit, and that is about the business models. So, there are various kinds of business models. Before getting into what are the various types of the different models that we are going to study in this unit, let us see what is business model. So, we'll see the meaning and features of a business model in today's class, and after that just we name out what are the business models, and in the coming classes we will be learning each business model in detail. Meaning of business model: a business model is the method of doing business by which a company can sustain itself, that is generate value. So, what's the main purpose of business is generating the value, and to generate the value, what kind of model we can develop? That's the only interest that the business has. The business model spells out how a company makes money by specifying where it is positioned in the value chain. So, how a company makes money, so that is the main concern, and in for that reason a model is developed by the business. Some models are quite simple, so some are little complicated. But in olden days, very simple concept was there, that is producing and selling to the consumer. You have company produces selling to the consumer. So a company produces a good or a service and sells it to the customers. This is the simplest form of business model. If all goes well, the revenues from sales exceed the cost of preparation and company realizes the profit. What it says is to earn the revenue, run the income. So sales has to increase than the cost of operation. What you have incurred the cost, that must be less, and what you have gained, that should what you have earned, that should be more, and then you will have a profit. This is what. So next we'll be moving with the some more explanation. E-commerce will give rise to new kinds of business models, but the web is also likely to reinvent, tried the true models. So what it has done is, in the olden days we had only the traditional commerce, and traditional commerce what we have is producing and selling. So here there was only the business to the customer dealing. Here, because of the existence of the e-commerce, because of the existence of the website, web, today so many kinds of the models are invented in the business. So business models have been defined and categorized in many different ways, not one way, many different ways. When organizations go online, they have to decide which business model best suit for their goals. So there are many ways, in many models. So how they can sell, they can choose it. But in the traditional way, there is no option, just to sell it. But here you have a different options. It's because of the e-commerce. So you will not understand now what I am speaking, because this is a just explanation of the business model. When you see what business model is, then you will understand these concepts. A business model is defined as the organization of product, service, and information flows, and the source of revenues and benefits for suppliers and customers. So it is a benefit to both suppliers as well as to the consumers. The concept of e-business model is the same, but used in the online presence. So this is a just definition you have. You can get some more explanation. Let's move with some more meaning. The e-business model describes how a company functions. What's the main concern of model means how a company functions. That's what. Now here I'll give you a different types of business models. See, in the e-commerce we have a different types of the business models, like business to business. One business organization selling to another business organization. This is one model, you think it. So how a company functions? Here my company is functioning having a business with another business only, not with the consumers. So another model I am giving you, business to the consumers. So when you have a business to consumers model, here a business target is to sell their products to the consumers. Another model I will be giving you, that is a business to the government. This is one of the model, business to the government. And when we are speaking about the business to the government model, here what happens is business target is to sell its product to the government authorities or the government departments. So this is how a company functions, whether it's functioning by selling its product to the business or to the final consumers or to the government in a different way. All these things are there. How it provides a product or a service, how it provides a product, whether it is online or offline. There is one model called O2O. O2O means online to offline or offline to online. Here some process of selling is done online and some process are done offline. It is not complete online. You begin with the offline and go to the online, or you begin with the online and go to the offline. So how it integrates the revenue and how it will create and adapt to new markets and technology. It has four traditional components. These are the e-business concept. So four traditional components. So they are e-business concept, value proposition, source of revenue, and the required activities, resources, and capabilities. So traditional components of business models are these. So, in a successful business, all of its business model components work together in a cooperative and supportive fashion. What it says is to be a best business model, there should be these four components. So, I can consider they are the features of the business model. So, let's go with one by one. They are e-business concept. The e-business concept describes the rationale of the business, its goals and vision, and products or offerings from which it will earn a revenue. A successful concept is based on a market analysis that identifies customers likely to purchase the product and how much they are willing to pay for it. So, the e-business concept describes the reason of the business, why your business is existing, what you want to do, what you want to achieve. Are you there to help, are you there to do something? All those ideas should be. Vision is more important. What is the vision? So whenever you start something, you are framing the vision. In a similar way, in the business model also, you do online business, so that model when you are creating, you should have a vision. Vision is why I am having this model. My target is to sell to the final consumer, so I am choosing B2C model. Or my target is government authority, I have to produce goods and do the business to the government, so then I am choosing a B2G model. So that is more important. Vision, so business concept, e-commerce concept. So that's the first primary thing. Second, value proposition. Value proposition describes the value that the company will provides to its customers and sometimes to others as well. What happens is the value that they provide. So how much importance that they are giving in any model. When you are choosing, what is you are targeting? Your revenue, yes, that's the next this one component. But before than that, what value you are giving, whom you are giving more importance. And most of the times your importance is a customer, because customer is a king. With a value proposition, the company attempts to offer better value than competitors so that the buyer will benefit most with this product. A value proposition may include one or more of the following points. What you are doing with the value proposition? One is you reduce the price because you are valuing your customer. You try to reduce your price and give a best quality of the improved service or convenience, such as the one-click checkout. What means is, in a website, because we are speaking about the e-commerce, e-business, and in the e-business you are making a very easy business. So improved service you are providing through the website. Just with one click you are able to check the product. So speed of delivery and assistance. So delivery is there in the item, this one product, and you are ordered item is delivered immediately. Or speeding of the delivery or assistance, uh, speed of the delivery or other assistance is more important. Then products that lead to increased efficiency and productivity. So you are producing a product of importance, not the simple product. Increased efficiency, good products. Then access to a large and available inventory that presents options for the buyer. So large inventory is there, not one. So this one customer or a consumer, your buyer has a large option. Then providing value in an e-business uses the same approach as providing value in any business, although it may require different capabilities. But common to both are the customers who seek out value in a business transaction. The value proposition helps focus the business on the well being of the customer, where it remains in successful companies. So, what this one sentence means is, so providing value in a business uses the same approach as providing value in other business. So in a traditional business, how you give importance to the consumers, what you think about, in a similar way here also. See, what happens is, when you are doing the business online, you are not you have no personal contact, and when there is no personal contact, so things are different. So sometimes you may forget to give a value or importance, but it says that this website will be giving the value to every person. Then value delivery through integration of activities. So you are integrating all the activities that are connected in the online business, maybe taking a order, delivery, payment, and after sales services. So all these are integrated through the website. So let's move with the another feature or the component, that is a source of revenue. Sources of revenue. What's more important to the e-commerce when you have a concept of e-business? Your source of revenue. Any person may be doing the business just with a earning some profit, a little profit. Sometimes your aim may be having a higher profit, but sometimes it may be a lower profit. But the aim is profit. So, depending on the business model, several revenue resources may be available to an e-business. Many online businesses will have 3 or 4 of these sources. A mix of revenue sources is often referred to as a revenue model, but may be mistakenly called a business model. Some of these sources of revenue are, see, how you can earn the revenue: advertising, affiliation, agent commissions, licensing, sales commissions, sales profits, sponsorship, subscription, and syndication. These are the various methods through which a e-business company can earn the profit. Revenues. Use fees for large public, private, or government projects. Revenue sources might also include. Then bonds, usually for large capital expenditure. Taxes, primarily income, property, and sales taxes. Then use fees and tolls with small fast growing companies such as e-business startups. Investors often track expected revenues and revenue growth and may make changes to increase revenue. However, after the dot-com boom ended, more traditional measures such as cash flow and earnings have came back into favor as means of evaluation. So many sources of income could be there in the e-business. Let's move with the final thing: activities, resources, and capabilities. In the e-business model, one of the main thing is activities are there, resources are there, and capabilities are there. Then only you can have a better business. So the activities, resources, and capabilities of business are sometimes known as its requirements. In order to perform the activities required to carry out the mission of the business, certain resources are needed. For example, employees with certain skills or capabilities are needed to perform activities correctly and efficiently. To perform the activities, you require the resources and you require the capable people. Also, inventions, processes, and other intellectual property may add to the individual knowledge of an employee to develop a competence in the performance of the required activities. Let's explain these activities, resources, and capabilities. So first one, activities. So activities are specific business processes or groups of processes such as design, production and sales that implement the business concept. The operational business model identifies the costs and outputs of each activity. Activities drive the need for resources. So whatever activity you are framing, idea of the business, what you want to do, then it is leading to the need for the leading to the need for the resources. Now what is the resources? In order to perform activities, an organization requires human tangible and intangible supporting resources. What it says is here, see, your business is existing to do some activities, and to do activities you require tangible as well as the intangible supporting resources. Human resources, in particular the skills and knowledge of employees, are important, as are the programs, example incentives, training and institutions that support them. Tangible or physical and financial resources include facilities, equipment and cash reserves. You know that resources to conduct activities, mainly what you require is material capital and the human resource. And in the human resource, skills, capacities, talents of a person are intangible. Knowledge is intangible. Everybody can't do all the works, so some are experts in some fields. So intangible resources also you require to to do the activities. Intangible resources include intellectual property, business processes that can be patented, brands, customer profiles and personalization data in databases and customized software. Supporting resources include organizational structure, information systems or communications processes that may have little value as standalone resources. So let's move with the third one, capacity. So the total resources of the organization represent its capacity. What is the capacity? What is your capacity? When we are asking, you say what all things you can, what all things you have. In the same way, organization's capacity, when we are speaking, what organization has, what organization capable of doing. That is the point here. When resources are underutilized, the company has resources that aren't used or idle capacity. Idle capacity in manufacturing tends to be measured in terms of additional output that could be produced in service organization. The measure for idle capacity is usually a number of employees. Resource capacity can also be measured in job hours, machine hours, sales per employee, or square feet. Often, these are compared with industry standards to access the efficiency of the organization. Capacity also represents a constraint to growth. Demand for product or services may exceed capacity, and managers may take a variety of steps to temporarily resolve the problem. Overtime for existing employees, additional shifts to increase the utilization of equipment, contracting to outside entities, even competitors. For example, a software company may outsource code writing, which is there. So what it says is, one line has got cut, no worry there. What it says is the capacity of the organization is also one of the feature of the business model. Here we saw what is business model and what are the features. Just to tell you, this is not a that important concept from this viewpoint of your examination, but just I gave and explained. You should be aware what business model is. Now what I am going to tell you next, they are very important from the point of view of exam, and that is e-business models, various e-business models. There are a variety of e-business models. So not only these, there are some more, but for our studies we are restricting to these many models, and we are not going to have more than this. So first one is a business to business model. So I don't want to tell what it is and what all things, just I am calling out the names, so you should learn by heart these many things. B2B, so B2B means business to business model. One business is selling its item to another business. So business to consumer model, business to consumer model means here business is selling its products to the consumer. Consumer to consumer model means one consumer is selling to another consumer. There is no organization, only the web, through the website one consumer gets connected with another consumer. And the fourth one is business to government. Business is selling to the government. Then another one is government to business. So government also had made the app because it gives the tenders to various the business. Now, for example, a road repair could be done by one company. Now you company. Now business has made this government has made an app. So all the business people can get through that app. Then government to citizen. So now this one, for example, tax paying system is on the through the websites. Then taking a license, trade license is also made easy now through the website. It is a government to the consumer. Then offline to online, some process of the business are done offline and some are online. For example, the Amazon, then Geomart, all those things are the best example for this. So these are very important aspects from the point of view of your exams. Therefore let's have these explanation of these in the coming classes. Thank you.